On my birthday, she slid the papers across the table like a gift. "Happy birthday," she said, the words dipped in sugar and venom. "The judge gave me everything." Her laugh was sharp. My kids stood behind her, eyes lit in a way I hadn't seen in years, mocking, rehearsed. Finally, my son said, "We get a new last name." I didn't argue, didn't plead, I just nodded, slid the papers back, and walked out. The air outside was cold, biting. It steadied my breathing. That night, their new mansion was lit like a stage set, perfect, polished, proud. My lawyer's car rolled up the driveway, an envelope in his hand. He didn't knock. He handed it to her in silence. Minutes later, my phone rang. My daughter's voice cracked into the line, hysterical. "How could you hide this for 10 years?" "I didn't," I said. "You chose your side. Now live with it." I ended the call. It hadn't started with the divorce. It started years before, tiny cracks I ignored. Trips she took without explanation. Phone calls she took in another room. Her sudden expertise in real estate, despite never having worked a day in it. The children's distance was the final fracture. They stopped calling me dad long before the papers arrived. I told myself it was stress, that marriage ebbs and flows. But deep down, I knew. She was rewriting history. The judge, her judge, was the one writing it for her. When she left, she didn't just take the house, the accounts, the custody. She took the truth and buried it beneath a stack of affidavits and forged statements. She thought it would stay buried. I didn't chase her, I chased the facts. Bank records first, she was sloppy. Transfers to an account under a maiden name, I didn't recognize at first. Then phone records, late-night calls to the judge months before the separation. I dug deeper, found the property deeds, the cash transactions that didn't pass through her accounts, the LLCs tied to the judge's brother. It wasn't infidelity, it was collusion. Every ruling he made in her favor was bought and paid for, and I had the trail, dates, amounts, signatures. The kids, they were collateral. She'd fed them her story until it became their truth. I stayed quiet. I smiled when she posted pictures of her new life. I sent polite replies when the kids sent obligatory texts on Father's Day. They thought I'd moved on. In reality, I was just waiting for the right night. The envelope was thin, but its weight could have leveled her world. Inside, copies of every transaction between her and the judge. Her marriage license to her new husband, filed before the divorce was finalized. Emails, her words, discussing the script the children would follow in court. And one more page, a confidential memo signed by the judge himself authorizing the purchase of the mansion she now lives in, through the same shell company she thought was untraceable. I didn't deliver it. My lawyer did. He didn't need to speak. The paper spoke for itself. The phone call came 10 minutes later. "How could you hide this for 10 years?" my daughter screamed. She didn't ask if it was true. She already knew. "I didn't hide it," I said. My voice was calm, almost tired. "You just never looked for it." I could hear her breathing, sharp, broken. In the background, I heard my ex-wife shouting, her voice ragged with panic. "You let us live a lie," my daughter accused. "No," I said. "You chose to live hers." A pause. Heavy, unfixable. "You could have stopped it," she whispered. "I could have," I admitted. "But why would I save someone who celebrated my destruction?" I ended the call, blocked the number. Some truths are meant to free. Others are meant to chain. I didn't wait for the fallout, but I know it's already begun. The judge will scramble to cover the trail, but it's too late. The copies are in safe hands, insurance against whatever moves he thinks he can make. Her new husband will leave once the money dries. The mansion will be sold under pressure, and the children will see her for what she is, Not because I told them, but because the truth doesn't need my voice anymore. I feel no pity, no satisfaction, just clarity. She wanted everything. Now she has it, including the consequences. Moral of the story: those who build their lives on lies forget one truth. Truth doesn't vanish. It waits, silent and patient, for the moment it can cost you everything.